Hello, everyone. Welcome back to OCD Hi-Fi Guy for next installment of Flip This Room. Okay, so we're still coming along, but okay, so I showed you last time over here the 220 that we're going to run for. We're running. Let's see. I'm going to turn this light on back here, see if I can get some light on the subject. Okay, so those round black sockets are Neutrik. They will have those are. There's four. There's two there and two there because there's four Roland monoblocks. You'll see them back over here. These are the monos for the system, and there's four. Each one of those is a power supply and an amplifier above it. So there's 4 amps and 4 home runs with 220. So each amp gets its own 220 run, and the ground, the earth ground, is right. If you look in this closet, it's right outside that wall. This is an exterior wall right here. So if we go look down here, our grounds are right down here. Here's our earths, those white ones, those giant 4-gauge coming through the wall there. So literally, this is like maybe what 3 feet wide. The rods are maybe 5. We're within 10 feet. Okay, so the amps will have their ground. All this equipment will have its ground, its safety ground anyway. Well, both safety and signal. 10 feet from where they sit, they'll be dug. It'll be stuck in the earth. So let's see how that compares to all these fancy schmancy grounding boxes. That's really the reason I'm doing this. I want to see how it fares. You know, how do the grounding boxes compare? Because everybody goes cuckoo for those things. And I think maybe if you just ground the stuff right, then you don't need them. Okay, so there's our box. Here's where the feed comes in. It is 60 amps, or is it 80 amps we brought back here. And then those are the circuits. These were so that I had this hooked up here so I could. It's not live, obviously. Don't do this, kids, at home if it's live. This not only is it not turned on here, but it's not turned on back at the meter. So this is these are our 220 circuits. Or we have 120 amp regular 110 120 circuit. This is all dedicated and nothing from the house is shares with the audio rig. And then you see this junction box here and all this conduit that goes up. These are the grounds, okay? So the grounds, and you see the channel all the way down here and the pipe and everything. Okay, so the grounds I ran, and here they go down, and then they pop out down there. You can see those greens, and then there's some more on the bottom of these. But that means the grounds don't even go through the box, okay? Normally, you would see your grounds over here, okay? And that's, for me, I don't want any possibility of the grounds getting induced current from the other electric. So just for, to be sure, we're going to go ahead and run the grounds not even through the box. They're going to be completely isolated and outside the box. And then they go down there, and then they pop out, of course, behind the socket. Right next to that, you'll see just a regular old home socket, and that is on a regular old circuit, with other things in this room. And so we'll be able to compare if we want to, and say, well, how much difference does it make versus just a regular plugging into the wall? And we'll see. So the other thing we have to do, okay, here's one of Jeff's amps. Beautiful site that it is. Okay, so what we're doing is here's the 20 amp. He uses 20 amp on a lot of his gear. I'll be pulling this out, okay? And you can see right here, it's just a couple screws in the back. All we got to do is unscrew those, and then put this one, a new connector, a new fast on right there. And then I've made these, or had these made, had them drawn and put together. These are the Neutrik receiving end from what you saw on the wall, and so this will go into each amp. They'll go right into here, and so they'll have the positive lock. Now, let me see. Here's the cable. Okay, so over here, I've got one that I made up. Okay, normally I'll make some foil ones, but this is the Neutrik connection system. It's pretty stout. It's killer. Now, this is the thing that I like, and I'm going to show you why I totally dig this. Okay, so here's the difference. Okay, this is how the Neutrik works. You put it in like that, and just listen. You hear that? That thing's clicked and locked. And look, there is no sag, man. That is a tight connection, boy. It's watertight, too, I believe. Not that I'd ever put this outside, but it's like dust proof and stuff like that. So it is one hell of a connection. So if I go, let's see, back, pull it out, and then I think I even put on there insert and then lock, so you know which, you know, where it goes in. And then they're each one's, see, circuit 1 is in orange, circuit 2 is green. It says right there 240 volts. It says what we have in isolated signal and safety ground, and then 240 balanced AC. So as you, I don't know if you know that or not, but you know there's those line balancers. If you're using 240, you have balanced power by virtue of the way it works. So you don't, it's already balanced. So that's quiet, period. It's like a balanced connector. The same thing, you know, they cancel one another because they're equal, and they're not, it's not going, they're going together in unison, you know, 240. Whereas with the 60 or 120, it alternates back and forth between the two. And so it can get that 60 hertz hum, which is impossible to happen with 240. So we will have no chance of anything with the 60 hertz hum on the amplifiers, which is phenomenal. And they don't hum anyways. The things are quiet as crap, and they're like 15 years old, man. And these things are just dead nuts quiet. Could not believe it. Beautiful, beautiful product. Really like Jeff's stuff. Okay, so what else is I say? Oh yeah, so we're taking those off. Oh yeah, and I showed you that thing sags. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show you, the comparison, which is, okay, so we'll go over here and we'll take this, okay, which is, you know, widely considered to be one of the best hi-fi plugs made. It's a Furatech FI50 NCF. You know, it's the bad boy. Okay, now if we go over here and we'll go, I'm going to show you the alternative, which is the GTX. Okay, this is their bad boy socket receptacle, along with the duplex, the mounting plate and everything. So it's really well made. That's a chunk of metal. It's really sweet. But check this out. So I'm going to go like this. We're going to plug it in. Now even that, okay, now this is just sitting here, but you see that? That is, I don't like it. Dude, that's not very solid. You know, so if it's moving like this, think of inside where those little contacts, okay, inside there's this thing like this in the receiving end that pinches that blade, okay, the blade that goes in. It's got a little, you push it into a thing like this, and then it actually pushes them apart when the blade goes in there. So if it's moving like that up and down with that clamp, you know,